Hey, I just wanted to let you know that Zoe and I were talking. We wanted to get together sometime next week. We all been busy, so it's time for a catch-up. Plus, it's the holiday season, you know? Just let me know when works for you so we can make something happen, all right? I'll talk to you later.
I look at last week's game as a tipping point for our season. And getting that sort of effort out of you two, I feel like we're ready to make that leap now. We're ready to take off.
No doubt, Coach. We're going to get rolling now.
We rise together, don't forget that. You two keep playing the way you did last week, and the rest of the offense, it'll fall into place. I promise you that.
Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, San Francisco looks for their first sweep of Seattle since 2011. Can the Seahawks avoid the broom? We'll find out next on EA Sports.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. He'll find his man on the comeback route. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
This is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
2nd and 5. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there, nearly an opening drive, INT. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ahkello Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as they force the eye. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Remember, these two teams met earlier in the year in Santa Clara with the Niners coming out on top. So a win here in Seattle, tough as that may be, would give them the season sweep. From the 24, Garoppolo. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. So, Charles, a tough task for this defense facing the league's leading passer to this point in the season. Certainly a front runner and MVP consideration right now. What can they do to slow him down?
Well, there's so many different ways that they can go, and I'll guarantee you that defensive staff went through all of them this week in preparation. But bottom line, they want to avoid giving up the big play. They're going to play what they call top-down defense and make sure no one gets behind them.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
We're scoreless after 1. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Seahawks will have the football as this. They'll run right side with Mostert. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
That is caught inside the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. With touchdown number 29, 2 short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. As his guys are on the board. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. First down and a little extra for Mostert. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Well, Raheem Mostert, we know the story, from special teamer to postseason hero. All he needs is a little bit of space seating. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw is Garoppolo. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Draw play, Garoppolo gives to Mostert. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry. Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
They'll run the draw with Mostert. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. So we come upon halftime with our score 14. And now due to... On the pickup there, it'll be 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So they got some pressure, maybe hoping to get a safety, and they get roughing the passer.
And gave up a pass completion as well. Nothing really went right on that play for them.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Looking left side, and it's complete. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. Becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Here we go, here we go.
They hand it off to Mostert. Oh, what a move. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 128 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Right there, 54, right there, 54, 5.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Mostert. Oh, nice move. Gets through, and now an opening. Past the 20. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
Here we go. Wait, 80!
Check back.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now. To throw again on second down. Garoppolo. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
You can't block me.
Go ahead.
On 2nd and 10, Garoppolo. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Ahkello Witherspoon. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least...
Here we go. 80!
Now a give to Mostert running right. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down. On play action, now Garoppolo. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Now Garoppolo. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a dump off here complete, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers are looking to make it 2. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now it's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Now Mostert. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Now the Seahawks. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for San Francisco, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they fall to 6-6.
All right, enough setup. Let's play you this clip out.